Building strong relationships with your students requires them to see you as a human being. Did you know there's one really powerful thing you can do that will help humanize you and strengthen your relationships with students? You're going to learn what that is right now. Hi, everybody. I'm Lee Hall from Literacy Teachers, and I'm all about helping you inspire, motivate, and change how your students read and write for academic success. Today, Erin Silcox is with us to help us understand the one thing that we can do that's really going to strengthen our relationships with our students, help humanize us with them, and help build trust, empathy, and some strong social skills. So let's go learn what that is and listen to what she has to say.
Is apologizing to students really that big of a deal? What can it accomplish? Well, put yourself in the shoes of a struggling student for just a minute and imagine the interactions that you have throughout your day. You can imagine that the positive to negative interactions with teachers especially is probably lopsided. There will probably be more negative responses from teachers, reprimands, disciplinary actions, just looks. You got that look. You're a teacher. You know what it means to give somebody the look. Those things are probably more common than a teacher doing something like showing some mercy or showing some concern or compassion to that student. Ideally, those compassionate responses aren't absent completely for a student. That would be totally miserable. But imagine if you're not very well behaved, those aren't going to be coming at you as frequently as are reprimands. So consider what you can do as a teacher that would be a little bit even more impactful than just a compliment or showing a little bit of compassion or that kind of thing. That's apologize. It's admitting that you did something wrong to somebody who's always doing something wrong and showing them that everybody makes mistakes. It's so powerful. So how do you know when to apologize? Well, here's the thing. If you ever, even for a second, feel like you might have slighted a student, especially one who is always getting these negative interactions with teachers, if you made some mistake in an interaction or in a grade or in some social situation that negatively affected that student, that means you can find a way to apologize. Now, apologizing doesn't mean being a meek person. It doesn't mean being a pushover. It means, once again, admitting when you did something wrong and admitting that you're human. So what's an example of this, a specific example? Well, imagine that you call on a student who maybe they're not really distracted, they're not talking to their buddy, but for some reason they aren't ready to respond, or they don't have a response, or you putting them on the spot obviously sort of embarrasses them a little bit for some reason. You can admit that to them. You can say, I'm so sorry that I did that and I caused you embarrassment in front of your buddies, and I'd like to make that up to you. What do you say we decide on one way that I can know that you are good to be called on? Because sometimes when we call on students, even if they're paying attention, they might lack the background knowledge, and if they don't know what to say, or if they say something kind of stupid, that can be really embarrassing to them, and you want them to know that you care about them. So apologizing will, again, show students that you care about them, that you are willing to admit when you were wrong. You're human, you make mistakes, you want them to feel safe. But most importantly, perhaps, is it shows them how to graciously accept responsibility for something, and in so doing, stay on good terms with somebody else. So if you like this video, click here for the next one.